What is going on, everyone? It is Greg and Matt here from Project Unbroken. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be talking about what does heroin feel like. We have a lot of experience with heroin, and obviously I think people know that heroin would feel pretty good if you get stuck on it. And I think when you first start using heroin, it feels probably the greatest. It's very exciting, very euphoric. I like to compare it to maybe like when you're a kid and you wake up Christmas morning, you're all excited. Especially when you first start using, that's how you feel every time before you use it. When you pick up your bag or whatever, it's like Christmas morning. You're like, yes,
So
it's coming.
excited.
And then you do it, and there's two different kind of levels of experience I've had with it. One is when you kind of are just sitting and relaxing, and you have that body high. Just you feel happy and the body high. If you ever had a really long day, tiring day, and you lay in bed, and you just kind of lay there, and you're like, oh my God, this feels so good, just laying here and relaxing. That's what it's like. You know what I mean? But probably multiplied even more. Or you can use it to go out and socialize, and just gets you very happy and motivated, and it has that side to it as well.
Yeah, I think it's just flooding your brain with dopamine. So whatever situation you're in, heroin at first makes that whatever situation it is, it makes it better. And what happens, I think, or what happened to me, and I think what happened to Greg is we started using heroin, pills, heroin, whatever, in social situations, and then it was going out to bars or whatever, and then it was like kind of hanging out, watching TV, and then it kind of turned into doing it at work. And once you do it in one of those situations, you never want to do that thing without heroin again.
It's funny because we would be like, this would be a lot more fun if we did heroin. And those things started adding up. Well, this would be a lot more fun if we just had some bags.
Waking up.
And eventually it's like, well, life is, is unmanageable without doing heroin. That's where you get your spot to.
It kind of just slowly, it's like that, like Python grip.
Yeah.
Like everything you do, you're like, well, maybe I'll do this on heroin. Tightens it up.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, you'll just realize your whole life is just unmanageable.
Yeah, but definitely when you first start using it, it's very exciting. It's almost fun, but very quickly it catches up and it starts not being as much fun. You have no money, you're withdrawing more and more, you feel like shit more and more. It's not as much fun or exciting over time.
No, it's not. And I mean, I remember one of the first times I realized that is I went, this was still when I was taking pills, before heroin was introduced. And I was taking them, and I was 21, going out to bars a lot. Just like that's where all my friends were. We were hanging out. And I was usually had pills in me. One night we couldn't get anything. I went to this bar, I was hanging out, having a beer, just kind of relaxing. And I was like, oh, I feel like off.
Yeah.
It was really weird. It was like I was kind of like a little bit like very minor withdrawal symptoms, but I was like, what is this? And I went and got
here.
Yeah.
You're just like, ugh.
Yeah,
like
you're irritable.
Yes.
So I went and got pills. Right then, that should have been like, get the fuck away from this now.
Absolutely.
But I just dug in deeper and deeper.
I think a lot of people look at, they kind of imagine what heroin feels like, and they see like the person like pass down the street with a knee in their arm, like. And it can kind of get that type of euphoric feeling where you're laying down, you just feel really good. But it's not always that. It's sometimes if you're up and moving, it gets you talking, it gets you happy. Like you're just very, very happy, in a good mood, motivated. I started my first business when I was doing heroin. I would take it and I'd get in a really good mood, and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to work towards my business. Of course, it eventually crumbled, in my addiction, but. It's not always just laying there feeling good. It can also have you up feeling happy and motivated, talkative.
Yeah, and we should actually probably put a link to the video where we talk about signs to look out for of maybe a loved one abusing drugs, because a lot of times it's not that kind of nodded out, passed out on the couch with a needle in your arm. Right. Look, it's you're up and happy and motivated, and if you have a loved one acting like that, you're like, oh, they're doing all right.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're just, flooding their brain or their body with heroin to keep up that feeling good.
Yeah.
Or just not feeling terrible.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, the good times don't last very long. You ride that wave for a little bit, and next thing you know, you don't have it, and everything goes to shit. So that's where the cycle kind of catches up with you.
Definitely. So yeah, definitely a very euphoric feeling, whether you're up and moving or down. Though it's just very euphoric. And that, I think that's all I got on.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool.
If you guys have any questions or topics about stuff like this that you would like to get our opinion on, leave us a comment. Hit us up on the contact section at our website, projectunbroken.com. And we look forward to talking to you guys soon.